Hello and welcome to Big Orbit's unboxing video of the new Force of Will booster box, Legacy Lost. My name is James and I'll just be going through this box, mostly highlighting the rares and super rares of it, but just seeing what I get in the end, and all the full arts and shinies and everything shiny. So, as always, you get this very nice box that they give you. This seems to be mostly just a checklist for all the cards in the set. Nice pretty pictures on there. You get a Feathsing little collector's piece of cardboard thing. Not sure what you call that. Anyway, let's start up this thing off. So first booster. And I start with a foil. That's interesting. Didn't know you could get them right at the beginning. That's something that's changed. So Altea's Elite. Just common but nice and foiling. Crimson Ray. Beast of the Holy Light. Fairy of Recurrence. Fishing. Wetlands of Magical Origin. Shadow of Lapis. Valentina's Reach. So this is a rare. So choose one, your opponent discards X cards or you draw X cards. So it costs Dark, Water and X. So either way, it's a very good little way to either screw with your opponent or just... And you can also discard to gain more power. Oh, and we also get an SR, Moonjart, Lady of Illusions. So she has flying. Other water resonators you control gain 200-200. Other darkness resonators you control gain 200-200. And banish a fantasy resonator. This card gains barrier, chant until end of turn. So she also can protect herself a bit. That's really nice. And then we also get a foil version of Wind Magic Stone. Very pretty artwork in that one. So I'm gonna keep it like that. Okay, yeah, it seems like the first one and last one are now foils. That's really cool. So you get a foil Moonjart's Illusionary Soldier, Illusionary Protection, Rune of Soul, Sacred Komainu, okay. Deceptive Dream, Sympathy of Fire and Water, Alhama-At's Mage Knight, Lumia's Judgment is a rare, so costs Fire, Light and X. Remove all non-magic stones, non-J roller cards with total cost X or less from the game. So remove all non-magic stones. Okay, I said that a bit awkwardly, but yeah. And Fire Magic Stone, normal. And then Twin-Headed Dragon, which is also a rare. So flying, you may spend will to pay this card's awakening cost as though it was an ancient magic. So through certain J rollers and rollers, you can use the mana instead. So awakening fire. When this card enters the field, it deals 1000 damage to target resonator. And Awakening Water, when this card enters the field, rest up to 2 target resonators. They don't recover during their controller's next recovery phase. So a nice little way to annoy your opponent. Okay, next booster. So Grusbalsta's Secret Technique, Rune of Soul, Sacred Komainu, Deceptive Dream, Shining Kirin, Ancient Barrier, Amaterasu's Foresight, Kaguya's Moonbeam Butterfly. So search your deck for a resonator or addition with total cost X plus 1 or less and put it onto the field, then shuffle your deck. So basically search your deck for whatever resonator you want, as long as you got the cost. But that's very good little ability. Water Magic Stone and a foil Yashahime, First Daughter of the Mikage. So when this card enters the field, move all +100/+100 counters from other J resonators to this card. So that even includes your opponent's J resonators too, which is always really nice. And then pay 1 darkness. Remove a 100/100 counter from this card, put 2 100/100 counters on another target vampire you control. So double profit. So basically, yeah, you get but you do have to pay 1 darkness each time you want to try and do that. So that can be get in the way a little bit, but it's a good investment. Okay, so foil Crimson Ray, Invisible Flame, Planting Beans. Now this is only a common, but I will go through this one. Search your deck for a card and put it into your graveyard, then shuffle your deck. If this card was awakened, put that card from your graveyard into your hand, and the awakening cost is 1 wind and 1 of anything. So actually it's 3 to search your deck for whatever you want, which is really, really good. I think it's a very powerful card. Faria's Summon, Priest of Divine Protection, Conjure the Bomb, Conjure Time Bomb, Wetlands of Magical Origin, Divine Beast of Ataraxia. So, whenever you play an inheritance ability, this card gains +200/+200, and whenever this card deals damage, you gain that much life until the end of turn. And it has its own inheritance, where you pay 1 light, 1 wind. Target GA Resonator you control gets +600/+600 until the end of turn. So, the inheritance is okay. It's a nice power boost for just 2 costs, really. But yeah, having him on the field is a very, very nice little thing to have. Oh, sorry, that goes there. Wind Magic Stone and Dimension Dragon Nidhogg. He's an SR and foil. So, flying, when this card enters your field, remove all resonators your opponent controls with the lowest total cost among resonators your opponent controls from the game. So, pretty good. It's quite big to bring out, so it is nice, but if your opponent has like lots of all different will costs, then it gets annoying. But if they've got one that's like fairies or something, then that's all the fairies gone. So last night, Messenger of Lila's Petal, Milliam's Weapon, Griffin Racing Across Darkness, Crimson Ray, Alhama, that's Mage Knight, Plot of Water and Darkness, Magic Stone Lifeform. So 1 cost Resonator. When this unit is put into the graveyard from the field, produce light, fire, water, wind, or darkness. So this is really nice, actually. It's just for a 1 cost, and like if your opponent decided to deal loads of damage to your whole field, that just gives you loads of will to get back at them with. That's a very nice card. Well deserving of the rare. Ooh, and we get Divine Beast of Ataraxia again, but this time full art. I really like the full art in this one. Where's the first Divine Beast? There we go. Like, it definitely is a big step up from the original version, and I really love full arts in general. But that one, the one in this set is especially good. I'm gonna keep them to that side there. So, Illusion Wizard, and then another Illusion Wizard, not in foil. Demonic Instigator, Mage Rebound, Whitehorn Kaichi, Jack Climbing the Beanstalk, Barrier Seal, and Yashahime again. Darkness Magic Stone, and Kaguya's Moonbeam Butterfly again, and this one in full art. That's just very beautiful. I don't actually know how much, because they often change what you get, so I'm not sure how many full arts you get. Hopefully we'll see a lot more, because they are just lovely to look at. Millions, Griffin. So, I remember this card actually. I'm going to go through it even though it's only an uncommon. This card gains +200/+200 for each chant in your graveyard. Okay. And you can pay 1 fire to give it swiftness, and you can pay 1 water to give it flying. That could get very, very strong. I know I remember it now because it is actually a very strong uncommon. I'm surprised. that they made it an uncommon. But yeah, very enjoying that a lot. So here's the rare Time Guide Admiral Alfred. So when this card enters the field, if you remove 2 or more mana counters from your J ruler this turn and you have no produced will, put 2 mana counters onto your J ruler. So just getting back all your resources. That's nice. Wait, did I get this guy before and I just went past him and thought he was like a common or something? Oh no, I went secret technique. Never mind. So, Grus Ballesta's Magic Stone Research. So, magic stones you control gain barrier. This card gains 100/100 for each magic stone you control with different names. When this card enters your field, banish any number of magic stones, put the top X cards from your magic stone deck into your field, rested, where X is the number of magic stones banished this way. This card gains swiftness and precision as long as you control 5 or more magic stones with different names. Oh, okay, that's a lot of that's a lot of stuff to go through, but very handy ability. I won't go into it too much because that's just too much to go through, but allow you know the ability, and it works well with his secret technique. So, Faria's Summon. Wait, is that? Yes, come on. Demonic Instigator, Magic Rebound, White Horn Kaichi, Death at Midnight, Luan, Auspicious Feast, I just went through this, I never said its name. Now I wish I didn't see another one. Prokaryotic Being. Yeah, let's go with that for now. So, Rachel, Al-Hamaat's Advisor. Inheritance, pay 2 water, return target resonated to its owner's hand. Nothing too fancy, but always nice to just mess with your opponent that way. Water Magic Stone, and Nyarlathotep, the Crimson Radiance. So, limit 1, Awakening, play 1 light. When this card enters the field, remove target resonator from the game. When this card leaves the field for a non-field zone, put that removed card into its owner's field. Awakening Fire, when this card enters your field, you may pay a light or fire chant with cost total 3 or less from your hand without paying the cost. And at the end of your turn, if there are no limit counters on this card, return it to its owner's hand. So luckily it has the return to hand rather than, I believe it was, I can't remember. It might have just been a little red when she put a little red in the previous one where you actually destroy her at the end of the turn. So it's nice to see that bounce back instead. Yeshimaru, Mool, the Town That Never Was, Sacred Beast of Wind, Lilius Petal's Assistant, Amit, Beast of Gluttony, Skyscraper Giant, Final Breeze. Oh, that's a rare, sorry. That's just, my pile is falling down. Okay, so Final Breeze. Quick Cast. Return target spell to its owner's hand. Torrent. Your opponent cannot play spells this turn. Okay, very nasty to mess with your opponent. Not very good against, very good against this little guy, though I'm not sure how important he's going to be. But yeah, it's a very nice little spell, and it only costs 2 as well. So, Awakened Magic Stone of Earth. So, Special Magic Stone, if your J ruler isn't Lumia the Fated Rebirth or Lumia Saint of Crimson Lotus, this card enters your field rested unless you pay 300 life. Treat this card as a Light Magic Stone or Fire Magic Stone and tap it to produce Light or Fire. When you do Judgment of a Light ruler, recover this card. And we get another one of this being. Just gonna call him Being for now. Okay, Mool, and Mool again. Sacred Beast, Lilius Petal's Assistant, Spirit of Light, A Rendezvous of Light and Wind, Jack Climbing the Beanstalk, Divine Beast of Ataraxia, Water Magic Stone, and Rachel. Messenger of Lilia's Petal, Shining Kirin, Altea's Elite, Ancient Messenger, Yasha Maru, Plot of Water and Darkness, Gale Force, Rachel again, Light Magic Stone, and Divine Beast of Ataraxia again. Okay, it's a lot of Divine Beasts I've had today. Don't know when I'm going to get my J Ruler. So Deceptive Dream, Milliam's Weapon, Griffin, Crimson Ray, Beast of Holy Light, Amaterasu's Foresight. Is that an uncommon? Yeah, that's an uncommon. Ghost of Ataraxia, Fated Reunion. So, choose one. If you control 2 or more Darkness J Resonators, you can choose both instead. Search your deck for a card, then shuffle the rest of your deck and put that card on the top of your deck. Or just draw a card. So now you can shuffle, put it on top and draw it. So it's basically get whatever card you want. Fire Magic Stone. And Runic Commander Demon, Akiot. So when this card enters your field, put a mana counter on your J Ruler, and when you play a chant, you may return this card to your hand, to its owner's hand. So that's nice. It costs 2. If it cost 1, then I mean maybe it'd be too much, but that'd really help you in your mana counters. But 2 is good. 2 is a nice low cost. Shining Kirin, Catalyst Spirit, Illusionary Protection, Rune of Soul, Sacred Komainu, A Rendezvous, Jack, Alfred, Killing Stone. So, if your J Ruler isn't Lilia's Petal, Agent of Salvation, or the Nine-Tailed Fox, this card enters your field rested unless you pay 300 life. Treat this card as a Wind Magic Stone and Darkness Magic Stone, tap it to produce Wind or Darkness. When this card is put into your graveyard from your field, your opponent loses 100 life and you gain 100 life. So you can put it into your graveyard with Grust Barlas, or whatever his name was again, and then get more Magic Stones. I think there is a way to bring this back from the graveyard as well, but we'll have to see that. I think I'm right. So Shadow of Lapis is our other foil. There we go. So yeah, you always get a common foil, which is nice. Very nice for people who just want to have a very shiny deck. And then you always get a second foil as well, but that can be any of the other rarities, it seems. So Griffin, Crimson Ray. I love Crimson Ray's artwork. It's very nice colours. Beast of Holy Light, Fairy of Recurrence, Amit Beast of Gluttony, Skyscraper Giant, Curse of the QB. So it has Darkness, Wind, and X. Quick cast, cancel target non-resonator spell when unless its controller plays X. If that spell was cancelled this way, search its controller's deck and graveyard and hand for all cards with the same name and remove them from the game. Then that player shuffles their deck. Very, very nasty skill. Charlotte, Wielder of the Sacred Spirit. So this is the SR. She has no attack and no defense, but barrier, and this card gains 200/200 for each card in your hand. When this card enters your field, draw a card. So helping herself out, which is very nice. And I put that there. Whoops. Okay, and our and the foil is Remains of Ataraxia. So if your J Ruler isn't Invading Demon of Water Valentina or Valentina Release Terror, this card enters your field rested unless you pay 300 life. Treat this card as a magic or darkness magic stone. A water or darkness magic stone. Produce water or darkness, or you can tap it to target resonator gains +100/+100 till the end of turn. Not much power, but it can push you over the edge of fatal. Whoops. There we go. So, Priest of Divine Protection, Magic Rebound, White Horn Kaichi, Death at Midnight, Invisible Flame, Sympathy of Fire and Water, Al-Hamab's Mage Knight, Lumia's Purification. So, Remnant, destroy target non-magic stone card. Ooh, okay. So she's a 3-cost and you can use her twice to destroy mostly whatever you want. You can destroy a Resonator or a Addition, which is normally what you're going for anyway. You're mostly going for the Resonators. So that's very, very nice. Ooh. Oh, it's a token. That's really nice. So these are the spirit tokens, so they did decide to make cards for them, which is really cool. What's this? Oh, this is fantasy token. So, double-sided tokens, very nice. I really like the artwork on spirit token. It's really nice. Fantasy token also has some nice artwork, but don't know. I guess this is just more my style. Tokens, put that there. And then we get a uncommon, the Seven Dwarves, and it's nice and foiled. Okay. I didn't know tokens were actually becoming proper cards in this set. It's always nice to see. So, Sacred Beast of Wind and Light, of Wind, just Wind. I don't know why I said Wind and Light. Fishing, Blessed Knight, Illusion Wizard, Demonic Instigator, Tuning and of Wind and Darkness, Kumomaru, Kaguya's Moonbeam Butterfly, and more tokens. I'm going to try and hide the one just behind this, just so it's not a spoil. So, Elf token, I think I prefer that artwork over the Spirit one. They're both really nice, but this one's really cool. What's behind it? That's an Elf token too. Oh, they're both Elf tokens. Okay, so whichever you prefer. You can have the man or you can have the lady. Whichever you prefer. And then we get Meeting of Light and Fire, which is very cool artwork too. Oops. There we go. Sacred Beast, Fishing, Blessed. Is this the same booster? I think most of those were the same cards. Fleeting's Monocle, Ancient Barrier, World Flame Summoning. So choose 2. Your opponent banishes a special magic stone, or your opponent deals. This card deals 800 damage to each resonator your opponent controls, or this card deals 800 damage to your opponent, or this card deals 1,500 damage to a J ruler. That's really cool. 6 is obviously very high, but if you can banish a special magic stone and deal 800 to your opponent directly, which I think is pretty good. No, dealing 800 to all their resonators is also really good. Generally a really great card. Very, very good. And that's a rare, so I can pop there. An SR is Kaguya Lunar Researcher. So she has flying, and you may pay 1 less to this card if you control a moon, so she'd only cost 2 and she'd be 700, 800, which is always good. And whenever a card is bestowed to this card, recover this card. So she's got flying, so attack, bestow, attack, bestow, attack. She's really good, I think, both early game and late game, really. I think she'd even be better late game because you'd have more to bestow then. That's really cool. Oh, hello. So this is Magic Stone of Vaporization. So it's a little harder to read these ones, but I mean the artwork is better, so you have to lose something, I guess. So if your J ruler isn't Sol Hierophant of the Helio Star, excuse me, or Sol Dark Commander of Storm, this card enters your field rested unless you play 300 life. Treat this card as a fire and water magic stone. Produce fire or water, and then you can pay 1 and tap it to put a mana counter on your J ruler, which both very handy. So I'm gonna stick that with the rest of the full art. See how many we get at the end. So Magic Rebound, Altea's Elite, Ancient Messenger, Yasha Maru, Moo. Oh, I'm very sorry, my throat's hurting for some reason. Ghost of Ataraxia, Alhamed's Black Lightning, Lumia's Purification, and Nightmare, the Ashen Dream. So it's a 200/200 for a 3 cost. Quite costly so far, but when this card enters your field, return target Resonator to its owner's hand, its controller discards a card. Okay, so it kind of makes up for it. Still a bit weak. Not sure how many you run of this, maybe like 2 or 3. I don't think 4, because it's just too weak right now, but at the same time, you probably get some counters on it. So, okay, boop. Spirit of Light, Sacred Beast of Wind, Lilius Petal, blah blah blah, Spirit of Light, Secret Technique, Muting of Fire and Light, Luan, the Manticore. So, flying, when this card enters your field, choose one. Look at your opponent's hand and choose a card. They discard it. Or destroy target addition or regalia your opponent controls. So pretty cool. Gonna give it that. So SR was a Nyarlathotep and Fire Magic Stone again. Okay. Catalyst Spirit, Griffin, oops, Crimson Ray, just pop through them quickly. Healing Wind Dragon, that's a new one. Seven Dwarfs, Reunion of Sisters. Choose one. If you control a Light J Resonator and another Water J Resonator, you may choose both. Draw 2 cards and return target Resonator to its owner's hand. That's very, very nice, especially as it would boost up Charlotte's power as well. And this is a bomb token. Where am I putting this? Here we go. Let me just... so this is a bomb token, and on the other side, it's another bomb token, but with an ability. At the end of your turn, banish this card. If you do, it deals 1000 damage to your opponent and each J Resonator your opponent controls. At the beginning of your turn, banish this card. If you do, it deals 1000 damage to your opponent and each J Resonator your opponent controls. Okay, at the end of your turn, at the beginning of your turn. Okay, I get it. Oh, this one has an ability too. At the beginning of your turn, banish this card. If you do, it deals 1000 damage to each. Blah, blah, blah. So basically the same. But this one only works on the beginning, this one beginning and end. It's pretty cool. So, and our last card is, for this set, this booster at least, Conjure Time Bomb. So just what you needed really. And there we go, put it there. Okay, Kaichi. Faria's Summon. Priest of Divine Protection. Moonjat, blah blah, Critalist. Tuning, Wind, and blah, blah, blah. Just Fated Reunion, Darkness Magic Stone, Valentina's Reach. Okay, so choose one. Your opponent discards X cards, or you draw. Oh, we've already been through that. Just got another one, which is good. Bastet's Fascination. Fairy Recurrence, Fishing, Blessed Knight, Illusion Wizard, Black Lightning, Meeting of Light and Fire, Lumia's Judgment. Oh yeah, we've already been through that. Light Magic Stone, and Kaguya. Okay, so Planting Beans. I'll just go through these. Oh no, if I do that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's new. Dragon of Scenic Beauty. Oh. Okay, so here's the rare. Snow White and the Crystal Apple. Oh, sorry, Snow White of the Crystal Apple. So 2 light and 2 of anything else. This card enters your field with 2 +100/+100 counters on it for each Magic Stone you control. Okay, 2 for 1 is always really nice. And you can pay 1 light, remove a 100/100 counter from this card, put 100/100 counter on another target light resonator you control. So she can get quite buff on her own. She costs 4, so if you're using all light magic stones, that gives her 800. Not bad, but and she could distribute it a bit, which is nice. Darkness Magic Stone and Charlotte again. Oh, the full art in this set is really nice. It's probably the best they've ever done. Actually, I think the one for Battle for Ataraxia was fairly similar, if not the exact same. So, just put that there. Ooh, here we go. Steam Explosion. Very good card. So, it costs water, fire, and X. This card deals 200 damage multiplied by X to target Resonator and your opponent. So that could be very, very powerful late game. But it's just really good. It's a great card. I don't think many people would not be using it just because of how good it is. Runic Commander Demon Akiot, already been through him. And a nice foil light magic stone. And we're on the last pile, so the third little section of the box. But I'll go through these a bit faster this time. Okay, so that's all that. Had him. Ooh, another full art. Bastet, Goddess of Cats. So if a Cthulhu you control would deal damage to a J Resonator, it deals double that much instead. An inheritance, fire 1. Put 5 limit counters on target Cthulhu J Resonator with limit. So always nice to pump up, especially if you're doing it on the alpha tech. So that's very, very handy. There were my Resonate rulers are. Actually, I haven't checked. Maybe there aren't any rulers in this set. Maybe I've just been stupid and just sort of assumed that they would be. No, there must be, because there's those special magic stones. I'm assuming. Light magic stone, Bastet. Ooh, and we get another SR. So rare, super rare, and super rare full art. So this is Sorceress of Heavenly Wind, Melfi. So she's a quick cast, and when this card enters your field, prevent all damage that we dealt to target J Resonator this turn if you played 2 or more cards this turn. And rest to produce light, fire, water, wind, or darkness. Always a handy one to have around. So you have to use 2 other things on your opponent's turn. I'm sure it can be done fairly easily. So Invisible Flame. Just have to make sure I don't go past the rare. Fated Reunion. Singular. Demonic Instigator. Nightmare. And a full art Nightmare. Very nice. Very nice. Got more full arts than I thought it would. Always cool. William. Doop. Okay. Final Breeze. Gone through that. Fifth Sing. The Fate Spinning Winds. So, quick cast. When this card enters your field, you may return another target Resonator you control to its owner's hand. An inheritance. Pay 1 wind, 1 of anything. Target J Resonator gains 600/600 until the end of turn. Set your deck for a card named Feasting's Monocle. Put it into your field. And then shuffle your deck. So that's an SR. And then this is Water Magic Stone. Just your normal Magic Stone. Okay. Oh, Jeanne d'Arc. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Fairly simple. 2 light, 2 fire, always work together well. Swiftness, precision, and first strike. Simple is not bad though. Simple is often good. And Lumia's Judgment. Yashamari. Okay. The Manticore. Remains of Ataraxia. And the Rendezvous. Uncommon. Very nice artwork though. I believe that's Faria who was back in back when she was relevant. My favourite character. I still really like her now, and I like to see what happens to her. Okay, Valentina's Reach, Precia's Memoria. Ooh, it's creepy artwork. So if your J-Ruler isn't Glorious Masked Crusader or Faria, Ruler of Divine Beasts, this card enters your field rested unless you play 300 life. Treat this card as a Light Magic Stone and Wind Magic Stone, and you can tap it to produce Light and Wind, or Wind, sorry, not and Wind, and you can tap it as long as your J-Ruler is Faria, Ruler of Divine Beasts. It gains 200 till the end of turn. Okay. And then Kumo Maru. Ooh, there we go. Death at Midnight. So, World Flame Summoning. Amazing card, like I said before. Ooh! J-Ruler! I wasn't wrong. It's always good to know. That's a normal. Don't want to put that there. And it's full art, so what more could you ask for? So let's start on the ruler side. This is Lilius Petal, Agent of Salvation. So Judgment is 0 cost, and he has Energize of Wind and Darkness. And then flip him over. This card cannot battle, so he has no attack and defense. The Nine-Tailed Fox. So this card cannot be destroyed. Banish a Wind Resonator, a Darkness Resonator, and a Killing Stone. Search your deck, hand, and removed area. Oh, sorry. Deck, hand, removed area, and all cards you own outside of the game for a Wind Darkness Chimera Resonator and put it into your field.